Yo, welcome back to the Heavily Opinionated Podcast. It's your boy Jamel Kijana, aka Melly Mel, aka whatever you want to call me. And with me, I got
It's your boy, it's your homie, it's the one your mama love, it's the one your grandma love, it's the one that your sister love. I'm just a family man. Everybody loves me. Your boy running up and down the family tree. It's your boy, Playboy Troy. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
boy, they call him Playboy Troy the Squirrel. That man running up and down the tree. Okay, I hear you. All right, what else we got in here tonight?
Hey man, it's your boy Cooley High, aka Frank Mason, your player partner. You do that if you try to challenge me in a drip off, you might lose. You dig? Come on, we here.
Okay, I like that one. All right, who else in the building tonight?
What's good, y'all boys? It's your people's favorite DJ Rose. What's going on with y'all boys tonight, man?
Yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple. I like that. Yeah, okay. Who else in here last but certainly not least?
You know who it is. It's your boy Platinum Pet coming to shine again. You know what I'm saying? Tell your girl call me.
Oh, okay. All right, bet. So, we started off the episode a little bit differently, y'all. Y'all got a little bit of behind the scenes footage. That's how we usually be talking a little bit before we press record. But glad we was talking about some basketball because it's going to lead right into our first topic, the WNBA. Apparently the finals are. If you didn't know, now you know. The finals are going on. Who wants to break that finals down right now?
Whoop. Yes, sir. We got the finals going. You got the Liberty versus the Aces. You know, if you don't know about the Liberty, they got Breanna Stewart. You know, she's got her own shoe. They got Sabrina. I cannot pronounce her last name. They got they got this big, I can't think of her name, but it's a really easy name too. But they got a nice big. Then on the other end, of course, you got Chelsea Gray, you got Asia Wilson, you got Kelsey Plum, you got Candace is on the bench, but
Parker?
Yeah, Candace Parker. She's on the bench because she's hurt.
Still playing?
She's hurt.
Bro, I was a kid and I used to see Candace Parker was the WNBA player, the only one I knew as a little kid. And she's still playing right now. So she on some LeBron type stuff.
Their game is different though. You know, their game you can play a lot longer because
that's crazy.
You jumping and trying to dunk and shit, bro. That's a lot on your legs.
I remember she played for the Sparks or something like that back in the day. Yeah, what was it? It was like Sports Illustrated Kids. It was like Sports Illustrated for kids. They would come with like the posters in it. Every magazine would have like the posters, and I remember I had her poster on my wall. I was like, okay, she cool. Wow, she's still playing, and she plays for the Liberty.
No, she plays for the Aces. She plays for
the Aces. Oh, okay. And I know the Aces. They won last year, right? It was like her and Wilson, the girl from South Carolina. I know Asia Wilson. And yeah, okay. So they might be going back to back this year. How's it looking?
Exactly. They ended up whooping the girls' ass. What did I say, man?
I said you gotta hype it up. You gotta give me some
hype. I was about to. I was answering questions, baby. That's all that was right there. But look. So check.
Oh no, okay. You know, I'm gonna let you.
You got the first. Like I was saying, on that Aces, you got Kelsey, you got this, that, and the third. But see, this is the thing. If y'all don't know, Breanna Stewart actually just won MVP for WNBA. And she took that from Asia, who won that last year. Congratulations to Breanna. Now, this is what I'm going to say. Asia also scored 51 points this year. And that is, I believe, a record. I want to say for in game type shit. I want to say that's the most scored in game.
It is. I think I remember seeing that earlier this summer or something like that.
But you know what I mean?
No, she dropped something in high school. She dropped like 80 and that. She dropped a bunch of points in high school. I remember hearing about that.
So you got Asia try to let these niggas know. Okay, you can have that league MVP. This finals is mine. And she showed it. She showed it from the tip-off. I'm talking about she was looking like LeBron James. And I will note she was wearing her one-of-one LeBron James 21s, one of one. So he sent that to her because she is like that. She is like that, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you up, bro. Like, and Chelsea Gray came in big that game too. Kelsey Plum looking like a nice 3-and-D. That shit was nice, bro. Not gonna hold you up.
That's a nice little squad. That's them some killers.
And they murdered them really in the third quarter. The Liberty did well with sticking around, but it was really the Aces that was allowing them to stick around. They weren't playing and clicking like how they ended up clicking at the end of the game. At the end of the game, that shit was wraps. They couldn't do nothing to stop them. And I think that's how it's going to be this entire series. And I got Asia winning that finals MVP. Check out the next game Wednesday night, 9 p.m.
Just like that.
Okay. I like that. Espen? Is it on Espen? Where can I find it? Espen Plus? Streaming?
I'm not going. I'm not that guy.
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
On that.
Pirate. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we do not condone. Watch the game. That's all I'm saying. Watch the game.
Pirate, you know what I mean?
Wherever you find it.
It's gonna be on ESPN.
It's on ESPN. Okay, cool.
Probably on ESPN.
Oh yeah, I figured. Yeah, I knew it was on ESPN. Yeah, it gotta be. Yeah.
I don't know. How you gonna promote it? You don't know where it's at.
It's on ESPN.
I know how to watch it because I'm watching it, nigga. But I ain't gonna tell you niggas how I'm watching it.
I'm right there watching it with you. I'm watching that and the NBA.
Hey,
speaking of, bring it in, Najee. Talk to him
earlier.
Yeah, sorry for the interruptions, people. But I was saying, the Phoenix Suns, their chemistry was all over the place a little bit, and you see kind of how their gameplay is going to be, where it's a lot of one-on-one basketball that's going to be being played. Bradley Beal came down and hit a couple moves, and you can see that they kept sharing the one-on-one play. So, like, if Devin Booker had his turn at the one-on-one, Bradley Beal had his turn. Kevin Durant had his turn. But you also seen a lot of bench players. Like Grayson Allen actually is going to be – you can see he's going to be a big factor for them. I'm trying to think. Their big man, Nurkic, he kind of started off real slow. Right now, I would say offensively, they're going to be missing that from DeAndre Ayton, I guess. But offensively, yeah, you're going to be missing DeAndre Ayton. But defensively, they won't be missing DeAndre Ayton. So it's kind of, you'll be seeing like the matchup there, but you can see Detroit actually has a future. Like I said in past videos,
good young team. They got a good.
They do, and like this year, you're gonna be seeing them. I want to say they're gonna be the next like Sacramento Kings in the next coming years, because they actually have a great young core there. Definitely. They have a great coach. Because I'm about to say the twin, he was going to work. Twin was going to work. Jaden Ivey was going to work. Cunningham, he was trying to get his thing going. He ended up getting going a couple later on in the game. But I was able to catch some of the games. I was able to catch the Warriors and the Lakers game. Of course, that was a good game by itself. Even though it's preseason, a lot of people tuned in to watch it, which I assume because it's the Warriors and the Lakers. So, the Lakers end up losing and everything, but the Warriors look good. But yeah, so far the preseason has been good. I'm gonna probably be tuning in to watch a little bit more of those games.
I caught a couple of those games too, man. I ain't gonna lie. I had caught I was watching Minnesota and the Mavs out there in Dubai. That was nice to watch.
Oh wow, that's cool. Is that like a showcase or is that just one game? Is there like other teams out there?
There are like 2 or 3 games there.
Yeah, they had like 2 or 3 games, and I mean that's kind of what they're doing for the preseason for the most part.
They always try to and get that exposure.
Yep. They so in Canada they got games going too. I was watching the Toronto game versus who were they playing, bro? It was Toronto versus was it Utah? No, I don't think it was Utah, but it was cool because I wanted to watch how Toronto was gonna look. That was really my main focus with Dennis at the 1 and, see where Scotty Barnes is doing in the off season. But I with watching the Pistons and watching everybody come up, I think it was the Rockets that they were playing actually, because the question I'm about to ask is, do y'all kind of, I get this feeling like it's a race between, and although they're in 2 different conferences, it's a race between Detroit and the Rockets. Like, who's going to be
It is.
I also, this is something one of my classmates was telling me a few days ago, and I didn't get it until he broke down the roster and told me the amount of people that they got. Portland might be solid still with the people that they picked up.
Portland ain't bad. They didn't.
You know what I'm saying? With the young guys that they pulled through these trades, I'm like, you got Ayton, you got Scoot already, you picked up Brogdon, right? And Robert Williams. So you already got Robert Williams and DeAndre Ayton. I'm like, that's solid. Then you got Scoot and Brogdon. And then there's somebody else they were able to pick up out of that. I'm like, dang, that's a really young, solid squad. All those guys are pretty young. The oldest is probably, Ayton? And maybe Robert Williams? Other than that,
their whole starting lineup is under 25.
And three of them have been in the finals already. No, two of them. Your two big men have already been in the finals. They you know.
But that's nice.
One of them might have shrunk.
The team is solid.
With a nice coach, Chauncey. Shout out to him.
They made so this is the thing. They made all those moves and still made progress and forward progress. Mm-hmm. They didn't go back. They went forward.
9 times out of 10, teams lose a star, and that's it. Look at Houston. Even though Houston's on the come up now, when they first lost Harden, it was kind of like, ooh.
It was like straight downhill.
Straight down, yeah.
So it's like now, that's what I was saying. Like they still make progress. They're at the most, from what I see, is they might be like the 10th or 11th seed.
Yeah, I think personally they might be better than Houston this year. Not saying for the future Houston's not going to be better for them, but I think right now I think Portland could still this season alone I think Portland could still finish better than Houston.
I could see Portland ended up a little bit higher than Houston, but then again Houston made big moves, and not only did they make big moves, they also hired a great coach with that. So it's like you got Dylan Brooks, you got Van Fleet, you got Twin, you got you brought in these people. Also, you still got the young core that you already had there. Minus Porter, not Porter Jr., but whatever buddy name who just got kicked off the team for punching an old girl. I can't remember his name. He got kicked off the team, but still, that core there was already good. They just needed vets. Their problem was vets. They have an athletic. They all got athletic skills, and they're all fast. The problem was they didn't have vets to actually lead them. They were all just young guys that was like, oh, we only care about our points and our highlights, not actually winning the game. So now they have players that actually care about winning the game. And then you got an NBA champion in Fred Van Vliet that just got there. And then you also got a coach that just coming in that basically coached the Celtics straight to the finals. And he, not saying he coached them last year or like the year before. Yeah, he did coach them the year before to the finals. But he really got them to the Eastern Conference Finals or where they failed at, because his coaching, the Joe Mazzulla literally was under that coach. So it's like he still had hands in the Boston Celtics of what they made of last year. He was a part. His hands was in their success anyway. So it's like no matter what, he's a great coach so far. What we're seeing, he's a great coach. So it's just right now the Houston. For me, you might be right. The Portland Trailblazers might be a little bit ahead of Houston, but Houston gonna have a way bigger upside. What's coming up?
And I think something that's noted about Houston's coach is, hey Rose, can you? I think something that's noted about Houston's coach is that the James Harden was actually given, like James Harden, the owner told James Harden, and well, the owner, it's not reported that the owner said this, but it is reported that James Harden had a bona fide guaranteed contract. You come back, you got your money, we're gonna pay you like a max player, we're gonna treat you right, come back to Houston. Ime said no. Now, based off of that, that's kind of gotta mean that the owner was like, all right, I'm with that, you know what I mean? But Ime was like, nah. And the reason why was because Ime came in and said, that's not going to help our players. He literally, it's reported, Ime said, if we get him, that's not going to help nobody develop.
That man Ime said, I'm trying to work on my family. I can't bring in no player that always want to take me to the club.
Come on, bro.
Like the Harden would be like, come on, Ime, let's go to the club, coach, let's go. Cause like, bro, I'm trying to get my wife back, bro. I'm trying.
Nah,
I'm just messing around.
James wanted to come back, and he was like, "Bro, I want to do triple double. I want to be Mr. Scoring champ."
Want to be, yeah.
And he like, nah, bro, you can't. He like, bro, you can't come back and do that. You gonna basically stop the growth of my team, man. Everybody on the team can't be PJ Tucker and sit in the corner and shoot threes all day like they used to do back in Houston. Because that's all PJ Tucker used to do. That whole entire team did nothing but sit there. They just sat there in the corner and waited for James Harden to do a pick and roll with Clint Capella all day. They ain't do nothing else.
Let James Harden dribble the clock out for like 15 seconds, then call a pick, run to go off the pick, shoot a three, try to draw a foul.
It ain't gonna help their development, man. It'll just hinder them. You know what I mean? So I feel like Ime making that call as a coach day one. You feel me? That's the big move that they need. And saying, nah, we should go after a Fred VanVleet, somebody who doesn't mind getting. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mind telling them guys, hey, bro, we got a back-to-back, bro. Ain't no going out tonight.
I think also Fred VanVleet, he won't mind having to sit down, too, if everybody else is hot. Like, if they're like, oh, we don't need Fred right now, everybody else can cook. Harden, you better not do that to James Harden. I'm like, what you mean? Sit down, everybody else hot. I'm hot. Like, you know, I'm what Jamar Chase say. I'm always fucking open. Shit. like, bro, what? No, you're not. But okay.
If you want to do that, he got to go to a team that's already losing, like Orlando or something like that. Send him down.
Hey, I wouldn't like that for Paolo. Who's one of my favorite players right now. I ain't gonna lie. I just really like him.
But I'm just saying, they ain't got nothing really going for them like that for them to actually be winning right now. So it's like, bro, go ahead, go. You can do that down there in Orlando. Have fun.
And they need the 1-2 punch. So
they need.
Because they haven't even made an effort to really get any. But
they haven't done anything.
They haven't done anything to build around Paolo, to build around him, because that's a player you got to build around him.
But it's his first year. He just went through his first year. You know,
that was his first. Oh, okay, you're right. That was his first.
But you saw the talent in the Olympics, though, in the FIBA stuff. You saw the talent there.
Absolutely.
So it's like if you watched and saw what he was doing, you could be like, you know what? We might could build around him.
You got to have some defense, because he can't play no defense, bro. They was balling all over him in FIBA.
He can work on that. He can play the 4, get a center down there. That could be the defense stopper. Then after that, you need to get a real point guard. Because no offense to Cole Anthony, he's too small.
He's too small, bro.
They did pick up some. They did pick up that kid out of Arkansas. They drafted somebody, but drafting
Bolt's coming back. Markel, he's looking nice.
Yeah, but I'm saying, especially in this league now, your guard has to be at least 6 foot, at least. And that's even being on a nice side.
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's even being on a nice side. You got to be at least 6 foot or 6'2" or something. Because, bro, you're literally, and I mean, they get away with it because they play in the East, because there ain't that many dominant point guards in the East, in the Eastern Conference. But still, what you gonna do? Okay, what if they get to the finals? He gonna get.
There is one now. Damn
Lillard. I mean, Dame, he a beast, but Dame ain't super tall like everybody else in the West.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He was like the short man in the group on the West Coast. So it's like, and really, I'm trying to think of who the best point guard in the East is right now. I guess it's Dame now, but before Dame, who was it?
Maybe Trey. Yeah, I'm gonna say maybe Trey. In terms of points and assists, you know, he still was Trey Young is going to always get his 9, 10, 11 assists every year.
I might get some dirt for this one, but the best
he's
point
just
guard
on defense
without being injured was Lonzo Ball, because he was the best one to have on the floor.
He wasn't in the East. Oh yeah, Chicago. Yeah, I forgot.
LaMelo,
not better than Trey Young though.
LaMelo, you can say LaMelo.
Not better than Trey Young.
Trey Young just a shoot.
LaMelo is better than Trey Young as a player.
How are we gonna say he can just shoot when he's led the league in assists for the past couple years?
Trey Young can win you the game.
Because he does the same thing that James Harden did.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna say that one.
Him and James Harden did the same exact thing. So
but James is talented.
James is like 6'5", 6'6". It's a difference with the height level.
Maybe Jalen Brunson in terms of the East.
That's fair.
In terms of the East, who's the best point guard?
James Harden got to dominate the ball. That's the difference.
It just depends on. It just depends on.
Because literally, if you look at what Trae Young got with him right now, right? Everything he's did before DeJounte Murray got there, he literally did exactly like the same thing that James Harden already did. Because he got Clint Capella, he got a 4 that could shoot a 3. He had a 2 that could just shoot 3s.
That's true.
And then he ended up getting DeJounte Murray. They got rid of the 2 that could shoot 3s. They
got
they
his Daniel House out of
got rid of John Collins.
Yeah, they got rid of John Collins, but John Collins wanted to leave anyway.
That was his PJ Tucker.
Wait, where did John Collins go?
He went to Utah. Which is actually
there it goes.
No, Utah they're creeping up on people in the West because they're actually really good. But you really can't see. You're not going to see their games because they're not on TV. No one cares about
that. Too. Who else is over there with him?
He got Jordan
Clarkson. Oh, Sexton. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's some guys. They're gonna be jumping out the gym. That's what that is. That's an open gym. That's a pickup squad. Yeah. That is a blacktop squad. Yeah. I don't know if that's a playoff winning squad, but that's definitely a put a couple points on your head.
They're like the Cavaliers of the West Coast. They're the Cavaliers of the West Coast.
Yeah, the Cavaliers.
They're the Cavaliers of the West Coast.
Exciting to watch.
When you see them in the playoffs, you're going to be like, they made it to the playoffs? Oh, okay. Which kind of makes sense why Donovan Mitchell fits in Cleveland, because he's literally at home, just like he just left for Utah. It's the same exact place. Ain't nothing different.
Right.
But the best, I don't know, man. The best point guard it's kind of hard, man. I'm going
to tell y'all who I think going to be the best point. Cade Cunningham. I think Cade gonna be the best point.
I gotta see him this year. Because he only played 64 games the first season.
Right, he was hurt. And
then he only played 19. He only played 19 games last season. So this probably might be his first full season.
He said like he had posted a picture. He was like, "It's been 333 days since I've been able to get on the court with my team." So
so he got hurt early.
Yeah,
he was hurt for almost a year. Yeah. So you know what I mean,
That's why everybody keeps saying like the East is really easy in the point guard position because everybody's hurt at point guard on the East Coast. Literally everybody. So it's like you really have if you coming from the West Coast and you have an okay point guard, it's clear that you could beat the team. Like when you do the player-to-player comparison, your West Coast team is going to beat the East team because all their players are hurt. Like every star point guard of the East Coast teams are hurt majority of the time, no matter what.
Oh, I'll tell you who we sleeping on. That boy Tyrese.
I was thinking Tyrese. I was like, okay, I want to say Tyrese, and I think it'll be different for him this year too. Now that he has a different coach, just different.
And he got a couple high flyers.
Throw a name out there. What y'all feel about Maxey?
We just said Maxey.
He said Tyrese. Yeah, he used the first.
Oh well, no. Honestly, I wasn't talking Maxey. I was talking Halliburton.
Oh. He ain't no point guard.
Nah, I was thinking Maxey. I thought you was talking Maxey.
He's the point guard for Indiana.
No, I would say he plays point guard for them. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay, if you want to go about that. Yeah.
What you mean? The man averages 10 assists.
Because he's
the point guard.
Yeah, they literally traded
him. Because he has to. That everybody has to do what they do.
That's what I'm about to say.
That's his job. That man said, that's his job. I hope he does.
That's all he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's like when Bradley Beal is playing point guard for the Wizards. It's like he has to because nobody else is.
I get you.
Tyrese is a point. He literally was point guard for the Kings.
No, he was not. He was a 2.
Yes, he was. They put him at the 2 because he played so well when De'Aaron got hurt. And so when De'Aaron came back, they was like, shit, we're going to have to figure this shit out and keep him on the court together. And so, but Tyrese was still the point on their team because it was more Fox just scoring.
I don't know. All right.
That's why they ended up shipping him off because it was like, bro, at this point,
they got De'Aaron Fox and they got 42 Doug. I mean, come on. There ain't no reason to go ahead and keep both of them. I mean, keep all 3 of them together.
If I go broke like job, dog like this.
Hey.
I mean, I see what
you
saying.
could get Sabonis back. Okay. You could get something on the inside. You can get something on the inside with that Sabonis trade.
I'm okay with Maxey though. I like Maxey.
But I like Maxey too.
I'm going Brunson.
playoffs last year. I like how
I'm gonna go Trey Weezy. Trey Weezy for my one.
Wait, who the point guard for Boston again?
Drew
Holiday.
Or Derek White.
He just became their point guard. You're right. Because I caught that preseason game.
I caught that preseason game too. I caught that. But Derek White started. Drew didn't start.
Is Jordan Poole going to be the point guard in Washington, or is he going to be a 2?
I don't know because
I think he's going to be. Honestly,
they should put him at a
point guard. You think you want Jordan Poole as your point guard?
That's too much.
The reason why he got shipped out of Golden State because he couldn't beat the point
guard. That's going to be too erratic. Like, relax. With Kuzma too.
They got Tyus Jones from Memphis, and he's got a great.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, Washington. You got Tyrus, Poole, and Kuzma. That's solid. I don't know about the other 2. Who else is going to be in there? It's not going to make no play in or nothing.
Yeah,
no,
they'll keep them in the game in some games.
But they'll be better than Magic. The worst part is the worst part is all these teams that we just named, they'll still be better than Paolo and the Magic. That's the worst part. I'm looking at the Magic like I think they'll still be last again, unfortunately.
Yeah, because they haven't made any changes.
Even though I look at Paolo and I could see him being like you know how kind of a few years when Giannis was dominating, we just was like Giannis dominates the East. And that was before like Embiid got fully healed and before the Brooklyn Nets became who they are. I could see that being Paolo soon, but his team, I don't know. It would have to be.
To be honest with you, it's 3 teams that's guaranteed to be at the bottom: the Magic, the Hornets, and usually the Wizards. All 3 of them always stay at the bottom.
Orlando gonna be at the bottom because they're never going to go out their way in free agency to get like a big name because their salary cap they're a small market cap team. So they're always gonna try to go through the draft, pick up free agents like where they could get them. Like they're gonna always
for the low.
Yeah. They ain't never gonna get no real.
They're gonna get the ones nobody wants. Like you get Mo Bamba after nobody really wanted him no more.
PJ Warren, like shit like that.
But do y'all think with the new CBA now they got a chance? Because I think that was the point of the CBA to help out those low market teams with retaining guys and keeping your guys. You know
they can retain all the guys they want because nobody really and they don't have that many players where you're like, oh, I really want him on my team. Like they might have like 1 or 2 of those, but they ain't got that many of them. So it's like the problem is getting people there.
They got a couple guys that I think could round out a couple teams. I would say, like, think about it. You throw a Markelle Fultz on as a bench player coming off instead of Gabe, or, you know, he could be Gabe Vincent for the Lakers. You know what I mean? Or you get Jalen Suggs coming off the bench with the Nuggets, or, you know what I mean? Like,
but
you got,
thing, though.
You know.
Denver took whatever that was really important of Orlando when they took Aaron Gordon. Because, like, everything else has been like, I mean, like you said, they'll be
Gary Harris.
They'll be cool to be on my bench, but like we could literally find that anywhere else too. So I mean, it's not
That's
like
also,
you can get that out of campaign. You can get that out of these
You can get that out of anybody. So it's like it's not something we need to go get from Orlando that important. They can get that from anybody. So it's like that's why I said Denver already took Aaron Gordon, and that was the last important part of that team where it was like, okay, we can't find another Aaron Gordon right now, so we just gonna take him. Everybody else could be interchangeable. We could get another Cole Anthony. We could get another Paulo for right now. Paulo has potential, but we could get another Paulo right now. I don't
know about that.
You can find another Paulo right now.
You can't find another Paulo. What do you mean find another Paulo?
You have to wait for him to
the man just won Rookie of the Year for a reason, bro.
That is true. He did win that shit.
Who was his competition in Rookie of the Year?
Ooh, that's valid. That is valid.
Pause. I ain't even know about nobody else.
Because that was
because think about it. It's like when Michael Carter Williams won Rookie of the Year. Who was his real competition?
They were looking. Okay, I'm going back to that draft. And that draft, who else came out of that draft? It was Chet. It was Paulo, then Chet, and then it was like Ivy. The dude who's the dude that played with the Kings this year?
No, not Halliburton.
No, Murray.
Murray.
About Murray?
Keyshawn Murray.
Once again,
It was a guy that went to the Houston Rockets, the Pistons, and then the guy that went to the Kings. All three of them were also pretty solid. I remember the top 5 picks.
So these were the nominees. Bro, you're tripping. Walker Kessler, Jalen Williams, and Paolo Banchero. Both of those people are estimated to really help their team round out this year. Like we just talked about with Utah, Walker Kessler that's their big man. That's their anchor. He just went to USA with Paolo. And then you got Jalen Williams, who looks like a freaking linebacker, coming on the team with Chet coming back, and they're going to need him for OKC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those two. I do remember those guys.
Like those, but you got, like I'm saying, it's not like big names where you, like, that's not a super competition. Like, I'm talking about, like, when you had Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons going for Rookie of the Year.
Donovan was not projected to be what Donovan turned out to be. I think Walker Kessler was up there this year.
Walker Kessler was good, because I did catch some Utah games. He was good.
Real quick.
But he wasn't like a super part of the Utah. It was like he was their defensive anchor. He's their defensive anchor. Yeah, I was saying he's good on the defense side. He wasn't a huge offensive weapon like Paulo is. Well, Paulo is the whole entire Orlando's Magic team. Because really, the competition that you said were literally second and third options on their team. Really, third and fourth options on their teams. That's what I'm saying.
I'm looking at the stats. I'm looking at the stats game. Recording 173 blocks this season. Kessler not only led rookies in a landslide, he ended up 4th in the league, bro.
I just said that. I literally just said he's a part of their defensive anchor.
That's what I've been saying the whole time, though.
I just said, Paulo, everybody you named as a competition, don't get me wrong, they're good. But Paulo is the Orlando Magic. The team, Kessler he's not the Utah Jazz. He's not their main person.
But think about that. So, and I'm
still you're just making to me, it sounds like you're making an argument for him to be Rookie of the Year.
Because
for Paulo, because you said he is his team. Yeah, that's for a rookie to now become the team. That's a pretty good thing.
I didn't say nothing bad about Paulo.
I said Paulo was that team.
But average 20 and what? What did he do? What was his numbers to get Rookie of the Year as well? That's a huge thing.
Once Paulo taps into his full potential, that's when it's like, okay, we really need to go get him. We need to go get him. Right now, he hasn't tapped into his full potential yet. So it's like right now, we could find another Paulo until he finally taps into his full potential.
It's hard to tap into your full potential when you don't have people around you. You can't tap into your full potential to you. Like Steph Curry didn't become Steph Curry until that whole team evolved into something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying his trade value is not up yet.
I can say
I think his trade value is extremely high. You got to think about it. I want a guy who's younger and looks like they're gonna sprout over anybody older. Why would I want the guy who's older and been beat up and then went through this, that, and the third? I'm taking the young gun. I want the young. We see it every day. Every day, niggas lose it. Why isn't Melo in the league? He can cook more than let's say it's 480 people in the league. Melo cooking.
You can't compare. Melo is almost 15 years in.
Bruh, Melo is cooking 400 people in the league easily. It don't matter about how many years you in or not.
Yes, it's the
young. No, because we're talking about the potential. You're saying Paulo doesn't have enough potential for me to say he's got stock. You're saying he doesn't have enough. Yes. No, I just answered your question. Let me finish my sentence though. You're saying he doesn't have enough stock to try to for him to be a draft piece, a major draft piece, or for us to say you're our future. If a guy who's 15 years in can cook 70-80% of the league, but we're gonna say we're not gonna keep you because your age. That's the whole point of the potential.
What I'm trying to say is, as of right now, no team is about to trade. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead, Cooley.
Now I was just saying, like, I'm just going off of Patrick's point, just further elaborating that you're banking on the potential to actually realize, and so you could get once you get him to actually realize his potential, you still got him in a rookie contract. I think that's another thing. Like, you're not gonna get Melo to play, and you're gonna lowball him, give him like a supporting role contract because he's Melo. He he already feels like he has an image and he has like his mindset is already I'm a superstar or I'm a major piece.
They said I'm coming off the bench. They said I'm coming off the bench.
Yeah, so yeah, he's just realizing that potential. Like that's what you banking on. That's what you drafting him for. I mean,
but what I'm saying is I'm not shitting on Paulo. That's the one thing I'm not doing. All I'm saying is as of right now, no team. I don't see no team right now going to be like I'm gonna give up 2 first-round picks and this or a player like Tyler Hero and all this other stuff right now for just Paulo. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think anybody's traded. I don't think Paulo can get traded right now. I don't think people. Nah, I don't think Orlando. It don't matter what you offer anybody. I don't think Orlando is going to take that trade. You know what I'm saying? You can offer some good stuff.
To do that for Dame. He's a top 75 player in the league. People are not willing to give up 2 future first-round picks and a star that they have right now for Damian Lillard.
Actually, they were.
Yeah. And why didn't it happen?
Actually, the Heat actually was willing to give up that.
No. All right.
Yes,
go ahead, Rose. Rose been waiting to cook. Let's go ahead and let him cook for a minute.
The reports literally said they were willing to give up 2 first-round picks, second-round picks, Tyler Hero, the Triple J, our rookie that just came in.
How long did that take? That got to the point to where Portland was like, bro, we about to dip out this conversation. And right after that report, what did Miami do? Dip out the conversation because that was the last thing they had to offer.
Because
if they wanted them, you're gonna do it from day one.
They're not about to give up everything
Pat,
in the world.
This is the thing you're missing with that though, Pat. I ain't gonna hold technical difficulties until, bro, but keep it in and out, especially with this conversation with Miami. They lost everything that got them to the finals.
Exactly. So they didn't have shit to give.
That's not even bad management because timing. If they were still on the team, then you could throw in Gabe Vincent. You could throw in Kyle Lowry. You could throw in all these pieces.
You just lost those.
I agree.
Once he lost those pieces, they couldn't make that offer to go higher than what they could because otherwise that's Jimmy Butler. That's Bam Adebayo. They're not doing that. You're not giving up LeBron to go get Steph Curry. You're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Now you might, depending.
I 100% agree with that statement.
You're not going to go straight up from start to start.
But here's my question: even with that same, do you think Paulo matches that? If they gave them that same deal right now for Orlando, do you think a team would actually give that deal for Paulo right now?
No, I wouldn't.
No, he would have to be like he would have to be the last
not trading Dame. No,
not trading.
No, he's saying like, would you trade that much for Paulo? Right? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
I mean, it depends. I think
he would have to be the last piece that I need. Like if the last piece to me getting a championship is him, and I already have guys that either he already likes to play around, or he likes, that might fit him. You know what I'm saying? Like look at to compare it to football. Look at AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. We technically didn't need AJ Brown because we had Devontae and we had other receivers that Jalen could have grown with. But since that was Jalen's homeboy, we was like, oh, let's go get him because we know how that could actually help you. So I would say if that was the case, if I'm an NBA owner and I see like, oh, Paulo likes to work out with one of my players all the time, and he's also a player that if I get a player like him, we gonna go to the finals. Or we'll finally make it.
The Kings right now,
it would have to be like that.
That's like in football, right?
Let me go real quick. You only gonna do that, so you only gonna give up that first round or 2 first-round picks and your major piece on your team already if that's gonna put you over the top.
Mm-hmm.
If that's gonna put you over the top,
that's what Mel just said.
If it's not gonna put you over the top, you kind of just
you're wasting it.
Assets
and that's all I'm saying.
Potential.
We haven't got to that stage where it's like.
But there's not many players that people are doing that for. That's my point.
But
they wouldn't do it at all.
He's not a superstar right now. We haven't got to the point where he's a superstar yet.
No, he's not. But people aren't just doing this for like, bro. Like, it's not many people in the league that they're doing that for. That they're giving up 2 first-round picks for, and just saying cool by y'all and giving up a star. There's not many people.
Well, they just did it for Rudy Gobert, so I'm just saying.
And what did people say after it was done? What did people say? It was the dumbest shit ever. It was the most retarded trade that niggas was tampering. That's exactly
because we already knew what Rudy was.
But at the end of the no, fuck fuck that. We know that was stupid. We know that was stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because we knew where he was.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we knew where he was.
Yeah,
there was no room for growth.
Giving up.
Yeah.
But
ain't no way.
But there's not many teams that people are just giving that up for.
I'm just saying, Paulo, we haven't got to that level yet where it's like, okay, we're willing to give up all that stuff just for Paulo yet.
I think they'll give up a first round pick for Paulo easily.
Just one.
Pick, one first round pick.
One first round pick and maybe a role player.
And two role players.
Maybe one.
2 role players.
It just all depends on the role. I think every team is going to be different.
Orlando,
if I'm the Lakers, I could do that because I got a bunch of role guys on my roster. Looking at the Lakers roster, they got guys.
If I'm the Orlando Magic and Boston Celtics hit me up and they're like, yo, I'm about to give y'all a first round pick. What's that boy name?
Derek White.
Derek White and
fuck that.
Hold up, Derek White, first round pick, and Pritchard who just re-signed. I'm giving you all that right there for.
Orlando is going to block your number and say, "Don't ever." Orlando is going to say, "Don't you ever call me again." They're going to block y'all.
That's 2 role players for Boston.
Right,
for Boston. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be per team. That's what I'm saying. The Lakers can do that. The Lakers got role players that actually have something.
Right now, what player would you exchange right now for Paulo?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What team am I?
Yeah, I would have to go through all 30 teams, bro.
Okay.
Hold on.
We go with the
I'm about to
Lakers.
answer
Just
the
leave it
question.
Lakers.
Okay.
If I'm the Lakers, I want if I'm trading with the Lakers, if I'm the Orlando Magic and you want Apollo, give me Hashimura. Give me
Ooh, yeah.
You
could go.
Yeah. Because you can't have both of them as a Lakers team. Not to cut you off. Go ahead.
Did you just say, because Hachi is leaving? We got Paulo Banchero.
Yeah, no, because I was saying, like, that's a...
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
They could do
that. If you telling me, if I'm the Orlando Magic, you're giving me Hachimura, that's a steal. Because Paulo is not, like you said, Paulo is really a defensive...
I like Hachi.
Hachi can play from the 1 to the 5.
Yeah,
I like Hachi, but I say because it's like, yeah, you definitely would have to.
Hachi he could literally play from the 1 to the 5 defensively, and he could guard him. Man, I done seen Paulo get cooked in the international. Come on, man.
No. I think Paulo just can't play defense. I think he could do the 1 to the 5. I just don't think he can play defense at either of those positions.
Mora plays for Japan and got his ass cooked up. I was watching them motherfuckers get
sushi style.
16-year-old African
That's racist.
Who ain't never played basketball.
That's not racist.
I saw Hachimura, he was cooking folks in the playoffs in the NBA.
Bruh, Hachimura is y'all are off the Lakers crack right now.
No. First of all, I said because I literally said because I'm thinking, yeah, you can't have you can't have both of them on the same team. You would have to, if you're the Lakers, you would have to give up Rui because you can't. Rui and Paulo, they're not similar, but it's just they're both kind of play the same positions. They're too similar a little bit.
Better.
Yeah, Paulo just has more potential, a little bit bigger as well, and just
who is Hachimura?
Basically trading a short thing.
I was about to say I would have to prepare more for Paulo than I would for Rui. So yeah, I like Rui. If I'm the Lakers, Rui, Cam Reddish used to have a lot of high trade value.
Because right now,
you gotta give up Rui.
You must be giving up Rui and Austin Rivers.
No, you can't give up Austin Reeves. They're not. Lakers not doing that.
So that's the way
I'm gonna try to hold on to Reeves as old as I can. But if I'm Orlando, I want Reeves. If I'm Orlando,
I want Reeves and Rui. Reeves and Rui carried them to the playoffs.
If you sitting there as a Lakers, would you rather give up Austin Reeves?
Look, so bam, all right, cool. I'm not giving you Reeves. I give you Gabe Vincent and Cam Reddish. What you want to do? And
don't give me no Cam Reddish. I'm sorry, the Cam Reddish is no.
So we already got Hachimura gotta go. Then I got Cam and I got Gabe. And you know what the fuck Orlando gonna do? I'm glad you said it. Hang the fuck up because Paulo is like that. Quit playing with this man's name.
I don't know about Cam. Cam Reddish.
You're not about to dump your whole team for Paulo. That's all I'm saying. I'm like,
tripping.
That's all you're making it seem like I'm disrespecting the man.
How about this?
Right now, I'm not dumping my whole bench for Paolo right now. He's not getting that right now. He gonna get it in 5 years. Yeah.
And I'm Orlando hanging the fuck up.
Right now,
I ain't got 5 years, nigga. I got right now.
Let the people decide. Comment in the comments.
I'm Mr. Right now.
Facts. Let us know who you think. What team could give up?
Like people asking for Paolo.
What players?
Like this man Pat is over here.
It depends.
For Paolo right now. He only on his second year.
The only team. Okay.
Second year, but going into his second year, bro, I'm not acting like Paolo going into his second year being that guy, but I am gonna say the man has team potential, bro. Like we just seen like you said, Donovan Mitchell. We just seen the way Ben Simmons turned out. We don't know how the man gonna turn out. Ben Simmons had to go to
all right, let me. This is the question. Hold on. This is the real question now, because it kind of looks similar to as when I said months ago about Milwaukee is a team that needs a Damian Lillard. They need a scorer. You know what I'm saying? So the real question is, what team needs Apollo instead of who should give up who should give up who? Because in hindsight, the Lakers was not a good example. I don't think they would really need Paolo. But what team currently right now needs the type of player Paolo is right now? Let's not talk about the potential, but what Paolo offers right now, what current teams right now could he actually fit in outside of the Magic, of course? That's the real question.
I like the Heat, Detroit. I like Philly. I like the Kings. I love
Philly. Philly would be nice.
I don't know about Philly. I don't say Philly.
Philly would be Heat. Stuffed up. He's taking PJ role.
The only reason I say not Philly is because right now, if you do put him on Philly, he ends up like what's Tobias Harris. He's gonna end up playing that Tobias Harris.
But I think Paolo will take it more to the cup than Tobias is sitting out spot.
Yeah. I think he'll take PJ role.
He could add a
well, PJ role ain't even that good anyway. He sits in the corner.
Play defense. He just play defense and get them. He just becomes a simple role player. I'm trying to get him to a point where I'm gonna have him as my
No. I want to say, hear me out. I think he'll be a star with Philly only because Joel's not always in the paint like not.
True.
I can't think of the man's name right now, but he's not always in the paint. That man's always in the perimeter somewhere, facing up, so it gives him some time to make some back cuts, easy layups. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like the Tobias Harris role, but he could be the better version because we love Tobias, but that crumble cookie look nice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why is he? Time out. Why Tobias Harris gets shit? Right.
Hold on.
Yes, we know about the crumble cookie. I know.
We crumble cookie with Tobias. That's what I'm saying. No pause.
That's weird. It's a weird statement.
That's the crumble cookie.
Let him. You know I'm a support. You know.
I'm confused. What is that? Can somebody explain that?
Because he said that they'll rather trade him over. They would trade Tobias Harris for a crumble cookie if he was in Philly. That's all.
Okay.
And to be honest with you,
Tobias ain't worth nothing.
Tobias Harris ain't that bad. He just looks bad in Philly. To be honest,
he looks really, really bad in Philly to the point where I don't even want to take a chance on him.
Tobias is he's the outside.
He only looks bad because he's in Philly.
Man out here.
I feel like that was the same excuse for Nicholas Batum. For Nicholas Batum when he was with Charlotte. He only looked bad because he was Charlotte. Now they ain't had nobody, and the nigga was goddamn.
I think Paolo could work over there too, dealing with LaMelo.
Think about it. Nicholas Batum, he a big part of the Clippers.
Average
offense.
Average.
You put Paolo.
Hold on now. I'm not gonna close the game with Batum. But he stays in my rotation.
His role has been diminished nowadays since Richard Covington.
Come on. You can't sit up there and say Batum.
This nigga got his because he got
still
older.
In the Clippers still, like
I forgot he was still in the NBA. I literally was like, oh shit.
He's like Eric Gordon. He's like Eric Gordon.
No,
Eric Gordon got more of a role.
A little bit more. He was more.
Eric Gordon can score.
Eric Gordon can score. Yes,
he finished the game.
Nick Batum is a spot up shooter and a decent defender.
He's just a spot up shooter. That's all he is.
This man's point is athletic.
I think Paolo fits with a team that got a
pick and pop. He got a
Paolo on the Kings.
And he plays good defense.
I'm thinking two teams that got a point guard that is carrying their team. Charlotte and Dallas. And Dallas too. Him and Luka.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I like that.
So Dallas has.
I think he needs a point guard. He needs a point guard.
He do need a point.
Dallas has become the new Houston Rockets to the point where it's gotten crazy.
The dumping ground.
Just literally, because it's like to the point where their offense.
Shoot, you could put Paulo in New York with the Knicks. That would be unfortunate for his career. But no, him and Jalen Brunson. You giving up Julius Randle? And RJ and Julius, get ready to get your Disney hats on. Get ready to get your sun pass. Welcome to Florida.
Getting rid of Julius?
Yes, for Paulo. Yes.
I'll get rid of Julius. I'm getting
rid of Julius and I'm getting rid of RJ.
If I'm the Knicks, if you offer me a printer, I'm trading Julius for a printer.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Hold on, bro. I don't know about that one.
I don't care, man. Julius Randle be in the way of he be in the way of the New York Knicks offense every single time.
If you give up Julius, you can keep RJ because they do the same shit.
RJ Barrett? Oh, yeah.
But I'm looking at what Orlando would take. I have a feeling Orlando would be like, we can work with him.
Yeah.
Orlando's like, I could take. Yeah, give me RJ. I'll take him.
PJ Tucker and sit in the corner and shoot threes all day. I'm okay with that.
Because I don't even think who else is on the Knicks. So now you got Obi Toppin and Paolo.
Obi.
You might have to give up.
Now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it really would just be Jalen and Paolo. I just think he needs to be paired with a guard. That's my just personal opinion about it. Any team he goes to, he needs to be paired. I don't think he needs to be a duo. I think he's gonna have more success with a duo. I don't think he could be on a super team, that's why it's like Detroit, they kind of got a lot going on with everybody else that they roster that y'all was naming earlier. I think that might be too clustered
down.
I think
him get up.
Yeah, I'm about to say if you're a team that wants Paolo, you got to have just one other player, preferably a point guard at that. Other than that, I don't think you need that much else.
Paolo need to be your second best player on the team.
No, not your second best player. I'm just saying he needs to be part of a duo. Yeah, it needs to be a duo. I don't think you need to build like a super team around him.
But I don't think just because there's a duo, you stop building because the Nuggets have a duo.
No.
The Nuggets have a duo, but they have a super team. The Nuggets have a super team.
They have a duo. I don't know if it's a super team. No, I think it's a duo. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Aaron Gordon. Okay, yeah.
Every player fits for each person. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Caldwell Pope ain't shit when he's on the Lakers, but you throw that man in as a shooting guard for the Nuggets, shit.
Yeah, when I say duo, I'm just speaking in terms of who come first.
He just couldn't do that.
Yeah, Jamal Murray and Jokic come first, but
that's what I'm saying in sense of that.
But that's why personally I'm saying like a team like I could see the Hornets. I could see keeping RJ Barrett. I could see the Knicks. I could see the Kings. I could see just because you keep these other guys and let the duo with the point guard. You need a dynamic point guard. You need him, and then you need your team to be cohesive in their roles, basically.
You can send that nigga to the Warriors. Shit, he'll still work. At this point, I'm just throwing shit out.
Hey, that nigga to the Warriors. The way they play, everybody can go win over there. Ben Simmons getting a ring with the Warriors.
Oh, shit, Chris Paul about to. Shoot.
Come on.
Yeah.
Last ditch effort. I love you, Chris Paul, but you waited too late, man.
I don't like that lineup. I don't like that lineup of what they got going on over there.
How did they do it the other night?
They did Steph. It was Steph, Chris Paul, Clay, Wiggins, and then Looney, because Draymond's hurt.
Yeah, I was about to say Draymond hurt though.
So Draymond's hurt right now. So they kind of forced Chris Paul in the lineup with him. To me, I'm still gonna stand on Chris Paul need to come off the bench. I'm gonna keep
standing on business. All right.
I'm gonna stand on that. I think they need to have it where he sits there on the bench. So
I'm starting him. I'm having Clay come off that bench. And I'm gonna let Chris get his legs warm, and then Clay, you come in with that second unit. It's really your show, Chris. You getting them going. You know what I mean? And you still got Wiggs, who's gonna probably be in the game a little bit with you. And then I'm gonna go ahead and sit Wiggs down, and then we're gonna get JK in there. We're gonna go ahead and do some other things. So,
I mean,
I like
just me. I just keep him Chris Paul there because even though I just need a a leader that's going to be on the court for my second team.
Yes,
So
you need that. You need him to
that's
do
why I
that.
don't want Clay. I don't want Clay to be that person coming off. I don't want Wiggins to be that person because they're not going to be actually leading. They're just going to be they might be the leading scorer for the second unit, but they're not going to be actually leading us into like keeping us
No,
in the
not at
game
all.
like pacing wise. That's why I'd
But
rather have Chris Paul, where I'm like, okay, I know he's going to come in the game. Yes, he could score, but he's going to make sure we can maintain his lead as
you got
best
to
as
remember
possible.
how they play, though. They don't play 5-man, 5-out. They play where they make subtle rotations throughout the
Oh
game.
yeah, yeah.
Steph,
Oh yeah. But
so
I'm saying I'm
you
having
still
Chris
gonna have
Paul come in to
so
take
you
in.
still
He's
gonna have
taking some
Steph
steps.
playing. You're still gonna have Steph, like for example, no Chris Paul. You're still gonna have Steph playing with the second unit.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I don't need that anymore. Now I have a Chris Paul who can do that after already getting your burn and getting your run. I get you coming off the bench. Now I need you to warm up. He's an older player. I want you to already get going. Get your shit going. Clay, we can say he's an older player, but I mean, Clay is one of those type players where he don't do too much on the court regardless. So the
Yeah.
man, he don't dribble, he you know what I mean? So and if he make the shot, cool. If he missed the shot, cool. So that's one of them players, you're not about to lead shit regardless. But if I have Steph on
Clay,
the court with you, if I have Draymond on the court with you, if I have Chris Paul on the court with you, these are the people who gonna run the show.
but I'm saying Clay has more gotten to that spot of like he's gotten to the spot of like J.R. Smith used to be. Because J.R. Smith used to feed him the ball. You have to feed him the ball to start the game off to get him actually going. Because it was like if you wait till third quarter to finally give him his first shot, he basically useless now. He's just out there now because he's in the way. But if you give him he gets his first two shot first, really needs like 5 shots in the first quarter to see like where he's like getting the feel of the ball and see where he's at. But if you don't have him actually involved in the game, he really just out there getting exercise.
But
And
that's
that's
why
just
I want him off the sec. That's why I want Clay off the bench because to every single point that you just made, where is he getting his shots with everybody else? I need you to
what do you
be a
mean?
focus. With everybody else on the court, you're not gonna have the same
Oh yeah,
opportunities.
yes he do.
You got
He
Steph,
gets
you
more
got Chris
touches in
Paul,
the first
you
unit.
have no, you don't. If I
No.
have you,
Hold on.
if like
I'm
I'm
saying he
saying,
still
not
gets his
off of
first
what
initial.
you're saying, like I'm saying, I'm having him be my focus and my focal point in my second unit. There's no way you're getting this more touches if you're the focus in the second unit.
But who's leading
That's not
the second unit?
Chris Paul. Chris Paul is leading my second unit. You're
But
already on the
I'm saying
court.
Chris
You're
Paul.
already
So
going.
you
You're
are
already
keeping Chris
warmed up.
Paul staying in there with the second unit.
That's what I'm saying. Chris Paul is going to start as we make my rotations. We're going to have Clay come in, and you're the focal. When Clay comes in, it's time for Clay time. It ain't time for nothing else. It's Clay's ball. Pause, and let's get him going. So I can
See,
get Steph. You can get off the court. You can go rest. Now, Chris Paul, get tired, do your thing. Now, Chris Paul, come rest. Now I got Steph and Draymond going back into the game. Now I got my 1-2 punch going back into it. It's two
Yeah,
1-2
I
punches
see
that
what
I'm
you're saying.
creating.
Just have Chris Paul start the game off, set the precedent, set the flow of the game. Then have him, Chris Paul's an older player, so you got to give him some rest. Put him on the bench, and then you bring in the young boy Klay Thompson to energize that team offensively, like give it a spark.
Basically,
It's what the Lakers should have did with Russell Westbrook. Have him off the bench.
but Russ not that type of player.
Russ need to come off the bench.
Yeah, but I know he
I
wasn't
don't
that
think
type
Russ
of
should
player.
come off the bench.
He played before they traded him. He was coming off the bench and he was playing way better before that. Before any time he was with the Lakers, once they put him on the bench, he was coming off the bench. He was literally playing more freely and he actually played way better.
And I think Chris Paul will play better this year, and he'll last longer when he comes off the bench. It's just a matter of, do you want to ring that bad? I mean, do you want to ring enough to understand that at your age you had to take a different role to things? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in order for
that's what I'm saying.
But that's the point where I don't think Russ was struggling with necessarily the fact that he came off the bench or not. When you come off the bench, who else gonna get this ball but me? When you got AD and you got LeBron, I still want to be the star. Russ didn't know how to take that seat back at the time. And I think that he learned that like, for example, what Ty Lue does with him. Ty Lue will have him in with the starting unit and then let Russ keep playing. These guys gonna rest.
But
Russ,
that's the thing.
you stay out.
Oh, and then when they come back, now you get your rest.
You get.
But we gonna start you. We gonna start you. But you gonna stay. I get that. Yeah, because that way you still get that star treatment a little bit in terms of your minutes, but you also
it's got to be the opposite. With Chris Paul, it has to be kind of like Chris Paul comes off the bench, and all I'm doing is having. If I want to take Wiggins out, I can just take Wiggins out and put Chris Paul in there, and I have my lineup of Chris Paul, Steph.
How would I do that?
Hold on. I'll take Wiggins out because really, if you think about it, Wiggins don't do nothing until you feed him the ball anyway. So he's not really trying to be.
He's the
what I would do
on the other side
on the perimeter.
What I would do, I would.
One defender.
Or if I want to go with the lineup, because literally Golden State does, they literally give everybody a break one by one. So it's like
that's my point.
So
that's my point.
Why would you want to keep Chris Paul in? Basically, because Chris Paul is going to come, he's going to start the game. Okay, you're going to give Steph a break. Okay, then once you give Steph a break, you really give Steph a break and Draymond a break at the same time. So now you're keeping him in longer. So then guess what? By the time that Steph and Draymond finally get a break, we need to go ahead and pull Chris Paul out by what? By mid of the second quarter?
What I would do with Chris Paul is
exaggerating. You're exaggerating.
What I would do is
playing those 24 minutes the whole half.
First quarter.
You're tripping, bro.
Yeah, nobody's doing that. 24 minutes. This is what I would do with Chris Paul. This is what I would do with Chris Paul. I keep him on the bench.
Hold on before you go in, Mel. When are you taking Chris Paul out, Pat?
Bro, if it's a 12-minute, first of all, Chris Paul's going to play 36. Let's say he plays 36 minutes. We're going to use metrics. If it's 36 minutes, that's only 3 quarters. So why would I play this man the whole first quarter? First of all, out of 12 minutes each, and we can divide 36 by 4. That's 9 minutes per quarter. So if anything, I'm going to let you go ahead and play that first quarter up to about maybe 6 to 3 minutes left, depending on how you're running. But I'm going to go ahead and take Steph out probably at minute 6. Steph or Draymond at minute 6. 9 times out of 10 is going to be Steph because I need a shooter to go in, and I'm going to have Klay come in as that shooter. That's why he said I'm going to have Klay guard more power forwards because he's going to go in for Draymond sometimes at that point. But I would rather him come in for Steph. Go ahead and do your thing, Klay, get going. Chris, you still going. Now I'm going to pull Draymond. Draymond, you go ahead and rest. Chris, you're going to come with Draymond when you pull. Wiggs is still out there. He's the youngest one out of all of these.
So when are you pulling Chris? Because you only say you pulling
Chris is going to get pulled. Chris is going to get pulled at 4 minutes, 3 minutes left.
In the first quarter.
In the first quarter,
yeah.
And then when is he coming back in?
You can come back in. So what? We got 3 minutes you're going to play. So you getting pulled. Steph is back into the game. You getting pulled. What? 5 minutes left into the second quarter. You're going back in. So you didn't play, what is that? 9 minutes in the first quarter. And now you're about to play about 4 to 5 minutes into the second quarter. That's about 14 minutes in the first half. You still got about, because we're going to say 36 minutes. Off 36 minutes, you still got, what, 22 minutes to play? And that's the second half.
But if I'm in the regular season, I'm not about to be doing 36 minutes again.
This is you, first of all.
Because we have clearly seen Chris Paul play all these minutes in regular season, and he barely could make it to the playoffs. He's hanging on by duct tape every single.
This is why I would do it like this. I would do it where, okay, you start your regular guys. Chris Paul is going to come off the bench, and I've seen it a little bit this past playoffs. When Klay was cold, he was going to be cold, and if he was hot, he was going to start off hot. So what I would do is that first quarter, if Klay looking cold, pull his ass. Come on, Chris. And then if he's hot, okay, then I go to a different type of rotation and bring in Chris Paul in.
That's making him a nothing player of that to what Najee, because that's what Najee's kind of been alluding to the whole time and what he would do with Klay. But Najee also said earlier, if I have him come off the bench, that means I'm not having him do nothing within the game. That's not having him do nothing. Because you're not hitting shots, now I'm going to put you on the bench. That's going to that takes your confidence out, bro. Klay is a guy who, whether you shoot, he make it or don't, he's just going to keep shooting. That's why I want a nigga like that coming off the bench.
But
I want a
that's why I
nigga who
say,
don't give a fuck coming
that's
off.
So you're saying
looking at it.
I get what you're saying. So you're saying Chris Paul start regardless.
Yes.
But
That's valid too.
But if I'm looking at this, that's why I'm saying Chris Paul need to come in for either, because the Golden State Warriors don't run a lot of big lineups anyway. So majority of the time he's going to come in for Looney or he's going to come in for Draymond. So those players, I could literally. That's why I make it as of the point where
you can't do that with Chris Paul, bro.
Yep.
He is too fucking small.
Hold on. Because that's what I'm saying. Because majority, what you gonna run him with Looney? What he's gonna do? What Looney just gonna
get
a
mean pick and roll. What are you talking about?
Looney do not do a lot of pick and rolls anyway. What are you talking about?
Who does he have to pick and roll with?
He literally does. He does pick and rolls majority now with Draymond, with anybody.
And Draymond is their number one playmaker.
Yes.
What is Chris Paul?
He's gonna be their number one playmaker at that time when he's on the court.
So why wouldn't I put Looney and Chris Paul in a pick and roll, and I have Steph and Clay in a DNO action on the
it seems side. Like Clay got to come off the bench.
You literally just explained of them taking out Draymond. Then you look like he's gonna sub out Draymond. Or he's going to sub out.
Honestly, no, I'm saying either player. I'm not saying Steph and Clay set the screen.
You have Clay and Steph both on the wings, and you're going to have a pick and roll between Looney and Chris Paul.
No, that's what you're running. That's not what I'm running. I'm putting Draymond, Wiggs, and Steph or Clay. I'm not doing Steph and Clay.
I'm not keeping them on the court all the time together. I don't need them on the court together all the time. I'm just trying to make sure I balance out. I want Chris Paul to be able to get in the game, and he's going to create his own flow. So Steph Curry, he can shift to the 2. Clay can shift to the 3. Everybody can literally shift where we want them to be at. The only people who can't shift is Looney. Looney is the only one who cannot shift to a different spot because he needs to be at the 5. So it's like, that's why I'm like, okay, I'm taking Looney out early because Looney do not, like, people try to make it seem like Looney's like the person that needs to be in the game all the time. He's not always in the game all the time. So they literally take him out all the time anyway when Jordan Poole was there. So why are we making it seem like it's such brand new strategy of them taking out Looney to put Chris Paul in the game? Because it happens literally all the time.
Play most of the game, bro. You don't get 20 rebounds playing half the game. I'm just gonna say that.
I think what I see what Pat's saying with that.
When he was going against people who weren't actual big men, I'll put that out there. When he weren't going against like the Jokic's and the Anthony Davises and Embiid and everybody.
It's hard to do when you're by yourself, bro. Because Jokic has help by Aaron Gordon.
Against the Kings. Against the Kings, he was doing that.
By
against
somebody
the Kings
else.
And
Jaren. Against teams that don't have help. If it's a one-on-one battle, he's going to eat up. But teams that you're naming, they have help.
That's what I'm saying. Well, once again, we're going back to the main point of what the problem is in Golden State, that they don't have any bigs anyway. So it's like you have to.
But that's how they play, though. That's how they.
That's why in the rotation, I'm trying to keep Chris Paul with Kuminga as best as possible. I want that to be a building block there, because then you want Kuminga to be involved in the game more too. Because the problem with Kuminga was he's not really involved in the team or involved in the offense because it's all surrounded by Steph Curry, Draymond running pick and roll with Looney, and all that situation. That's literally the whole entire situation. You want Kuminga to be a part of that.
We put the 4 on him. I think I would start Chris Paul actually, and then when it starts to be like, okay, look like Chris Paul running out of gas in terms of like multiple games in a row, that's when I'm like, okay, now Clay can start. Now I would start off playing Chris Paul.
I'm gonna just cap it then. To cap the argument, I'm gonna say this: we will see the rotation of the Golden State Warriors. If they decide to do Chris Paul starting the whole entire time, we will see how this plays out in the playoffs.
I don't think I'm not going to necessarily start you though. I like what Mel just said. I'm not going to necessarily start you the whole entire time. Like Mel said, bro, I start seeing
I just want him to come off the bench majority of the time. He's going to start games, but I prefer him to come off the bench majority of the time.
Like, bro, if I'm Chris Paul, I'm telling Chris Paul straight up, bro, you're not playing 65 games this year. You're not playing 65 games this year.
Hold on.
Like me and you agreeing, because it's like, bro, I don't want Chris Paul to play every single game. I don't need him to start every single game. Because that's the problem that he had in Phoenix.
We just need to get Chris Paul to the playoffs.
Anything, you may play 65 games, but I mean,
You're not
but
about to
that
start
don't mean
55
that don't mean I'm not gonna put you. I'm not gonna put you on the. Yeah, you're
You're
not gonna
not gonna
start
play a
55
whole
games.
You're not about to
26
start
But
all
that's
55
that's
games.
but
and
the
that's all I'm trying
reason
to
for
say.
that is not the reason for that is not because it would be a better decision or a better lineup without you. It's because, like you say, in the health, I want you. But when it
I
comes to
need to
playoffs,
see Chris Paul
when
make it
it
to the
comes to
playoffs.
playoffs,
But
Chris Paul is going to be in that starting lineup.
Chris Paul is an
but
Uh,
isn't
yeah.
it
You
a
can't just
question
jump in
about?
that and then say I'm gonna do the dash. Nah, it got some wear and tear on that Ferrari. That's an antique Ferrari. That's a nice. Come on. So we got to monitor them. And I feel like both of y'all strategies y'all talking about for Chris Paul starting and Chris Paul coming off the bench. What's to say like Golden State can't utilize both of them strategies at different points of the season?
They should. I mean,
They
I feel
should.
like that,
They should.
I feel like that would be the most common sense thing to do.
Yeah.
They're going for each other for sure. Because being real, we're talking about Chris Paul is kind of the same situation with Klay Thompson too. We're talking about you just want him to make it to the playoffs, you want him to be healthy, want him to be able to make it through to say, because we could say he was healthy, but we know that the same legs side is it's not on the same side of the ball like he used to. That's why you need Wiggins to start. You need Draymond to start. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether with Looney, however they want to play that tip, that's up to coaching on them. But when it comes to Chris Paul versus Klay, it's really going to be like the problem ain't really starting. Who's closing? Because if you ask me right now, I think Chris Paul and Steph Curry in the backcourt will be really beautiful because Chris Paul
The closing lineup should be Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Wiggins, and Draymond. To be honest with you.
But you see the bigs in the West.
I don't like that lineup. You getting your ass ate up, pick and roll every time.
Yeah. That's
Lakers.
a small lineup, dog.
I'm putting you in a pick and roll every time, bro. And I'm gonna find.
It depends on what team you're playing.
I'm gonna find that
Chris
matchup.
Or Klay.
Once again, it depends on what team you're
I'm
playing. Because if I'm sitting there, if I'm playing against the 76ers and it's Embiid, I'm gonna make sure Looney's in that lineup.
We in the West.
Well, we talking West. Like we talking about the
If we're
Kings.
sitting there in the West, really, is who? Okay, Jokic.
Bonus will fuck you up with that pick and roll, bro.
Hold on. Joker, AD. Who else? Cat.
Ayton, Nurkic,
No,
Cat, Rudy Gobert.
I'm not worried about Ayton. I'm not worried about Nurkic. I'm not worried about.
If you want me to just name a bunch of big. Who's going against Draymond in your lineup?
I'm talking about
against Draymond Green.
Draymond literally stops majority of centers that are not. As they're not Jokic.
A pick and roll.
If they're not Joker, if they're not AD, that's literally the only two centers really in the West that I'm like really worried about.
But if Draymond had to play against these players for a full game, he's getting his ass cooked.
Tucker at center, bro. We can't do that. You can do that.
We have seen that multiple times. What are you talking
about? Yeah, I remember that year he got his ass cooked.
This is brand new.
Why doesn't he play? Why isn't he the center for the whole game?
Because what? Do you need to take a break? What are you talking about?
Bro,
he plays forward.
These bigs now are and skill. We mentioned
I keep asking you, other than Joker and AD, what bigs are you worried about in the West?
Clippers. So it's just like
who? Sabonis? Who else?
I gave you a list. You didn't respect it. That's on you. I'm not about to keep saying
I'm asking you right now. Say the list again.
Bro, like I said, bro.
Say the list again. Why you don't just say the list
you're
again?
playing bro, you got Ayton, you got Nurkic, you got Cat, you got Gobert, you got Jaren Jackson Jr., you got Sabonis. You got all these people who you want to go 1v1 versus Draymond. But first of all, that's not even how the game is played nowadays. I am going to seek so you're telling me when I put LeBron James and AD or LeBron and Rui, since you like Rui, or I put Harrison Barnes and Sabonis, or I get a switch off, I got De'Aaron in a pick and roll with Sabonis against Steph, against Chris Paul, and against Klay. What you think gonna happen? I'm about to keep putting their ass in pick and rolls the whole game.
So you rather just have Looney that in?
I would rather have Looney in my lineup than having
Draymond.
What's your
closing lineup, Pat?
My closing lineup is gonna be Steph, Chris Paul, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond, and Looney.
So you just gonna take out Clay? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, Clay not closing.
Yes, I've been saying it
Okay.
the whole
Unless
time.
he's
It's nothing
You want to
different.
solidify the paint.
Because
Hello,
I'm trying to
saying
figure
this
out
shit?
when did Chris Paul become more of a defensive presence than Klay
he
Thompson?
helps out more offensively than
When Klay Thompson tore his ACL and his Achilles.
he's gonna
And
get.
when did Chris Paul stop being a traffic cone? Because everybody gets past Chris Paul every time.
I
that's
don't
why
know
they got
about that.
Draymond.
Chris Paul gonna hit your nuts before you get past him, so I don't know about that. I'm telling you the truth.
I guess.
Chris Paul played decent
Because
defense
I'm trying
enough.
to see when Chris Paul
Ladies and
and
gentlemen,
they play team
because I know Chris Paul ain't Chris Paul ain't guarding De'Aaron Fox.
They play team defense in the first place
He
because how does Steph lead as a point guard in steals, and he don't even play one-on-one defense? They
Exactly.
play
They
team
put
defense.
Does he lead in steals?
They switch on him. They switch.
He has
He's doing
multiple
it now,
years.
but Najee, don't do that. Don't do that, Najee. Don't do that, bro.
They play team defense.
So
You
let
got
me get
wings
straight.
as your
Don't
number one
do
defender.
what? Ask the question? That's all I'm asking.
No. Steph. Like, we're not gonna act like Steph Curry all defense now. Let's not do that.
He's not. When did I say that?
We don't do that.
When did I say Steph Curry was all defense? Because that was my whole point. That he's not all defense.
He's not all
Just in
defense.
case by Steph, you got to run into some bodies. That's
He's not
why.
all defense. They play team defense.
All I
They
said
play
was
very
they
good
play
team
team defense, yes. But in my head, I'm like, if you telling me, if you give me a lineup like if you give me the Kings right now, right? They literally, first of all, the Warriors barely got by the Kings. That's one thing. Two, the only reason that they got by there is they had more experience. Three, if you put in that lineup with Chris Paul, who's Chris Paul guarding in the Kings lineup?
The same people he guarded in the Kings lineup when he played for the Suns in the same conference. And they were number one in the conference. That same guy.
Who? Phoenix was number one in the conference.
Yes, they
Were
were.
they
Then
not?
they blitzed a little bit, but at one point, I believe they were when they got to the final. No, they actually were when they lost to Dallas. I know that for a fact. But
They
I
were.
think
I was say they weren't the number one.
They were number one in the conference when they lost to Dallas. And last year, going into the playoffs, shit, they were what? Number 4 or was it 5?
3 or 4 like that.
I think it was
it was like 4 or 5. Yeah, because they played the Kings, and the Kings were right there at 4. So it was like either 4 or 5, and they was right there.
Kings was at
The Suns. Oh, the Suns. I thought you were talking about the Warriors.
Suns did not.
No, the Suns were like 3.
The Kings was like 2. The Grizzlies was 1.
2 or 3.
And I want to say the Suns
were 3. Yeah,
4.
3 or 4. Yeah.
So that same guy.
The Nuggets was number 1.
Their leading point guard.
It was Nuggets.
That same guy.
It was Nuggets, Grizzlies, Kings, Suns, or is it what? Nuggets, Grizzlies, Suns, Kings.
Kings, Warriors, Suns.
No, because what's it called? What's the team? The Nuggets. I mean, not the Nuggets. The Warriors and the look at Najee looking it up. It looked like it, but yeah, the Suns. Oh my God, brain fart. The Warriors and the Kings played each other in the first round, so one of them had to be under 4 and one of them had to be above 4.
Suns were 4, Clippers were 5, Nuggets were 1, Kings were 3, Grizzlies were 2.
Yeah.
What? So, hold on. Start from 1. That was very confusing.
1 was Nuggets, 2 Suns, Kings, 4 Grizzlies, Clippers. Then the Warriors. No, the Warriors are 8. Lakers and
were 6. So the Warriors were in the play-in?
No, the Warriors were 6.
Yeah, I'm about to say they had to be the 6 though. Yeah, I'm about to say because you said
The Warriors snuck in on the last game. They creeped in on the last game.
Yeah,
regular season.
The Lakers was in the play-in. It's the other.
Yeah. Okay, bet.
So, I mean, and keep in mind what Chris Paul did when he was with OKC, and that was right before his stop with Phoenix. Like, bro, you really holding your nuts on Chris Paul right now. Now, on a team by itself,
we gonna have to see it play out.
Why we keep making it seem like we need to have Chris Paul in there constantly, like just to have him in the game? Oh, that's all I'm saying.
What the fuck did you get him for?
I'm gonna tell you why.
That's the question everybody's asking. Why the fuck did we keep fighting the Warriors get Chris Paul? The real question is why did the Warriors get Chris Paul? And the answer is because they needed a backup point guard. Other
Also
than
make-
that's why they need somebody up than Drake.
Yeah, because they just got rid of Jordan Poole.
That's literally the only reason why they got Chris Paul.
They got rid of the guy who they thought
somebody
could be
out there
their backup point guard.
Other than
backup.
Draymond, and Curry, they needed another person to handle the ball. That's the only reason they got Chris Paul.
Yeah, because they thought that could be Jordan Poole, but it wasn't. So,
but it
He
wasn't.
made
That's that.
horrible decisions. Horrible.
So that's all I'm
Jordy over there, shoot it.
Because from what I'm looking at,
That man was shooting like he was in open gym, bro. Like that man, that man was shooting.
We talked about the Phoenix Suns versus Kings, right?
Yeah, he was shooting like, let me get a shot. Thank you, Fred. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Paul, in all 4 games, they went 2-2. Both teams went 2-2. Chris Paul had 15 in one game. He had 16 in another game. He had 17 in another game, and he didn't even play in the 4th game.
This man using stats, and bro, this heavily opinionated. This man trying to pull up stats.
I want to hear it.
I want to be like Mr. Rose. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because I feel like he's proving my point already.
You're real, like
And then he had 4 turnovers.
Man, no, why you?
He had 4 turnovers.
4 turnovers.
He had 3 in another game. He had 2 in one game, and that's it.
How many assists did he have? How many assists did he have?
He had 13 assists in one game.
All in the game.
He had 16 assists in the other game. He had 19 assists in the other game.
Now tell me, Najee. Tell me, Najee. What game was average, Najee?
Huh?
What game was average, Najee?
What game was average?
Yeah.
I didn't. Who's average?
You saying Chris Paul didn't was?
You said the nigga gonna get cooked. You said he can't fucking handle De'Aaron Fox. He can't be on the court with
That's
the Kings.
offensively. What are you talking about? What is he doing defensively? I don't know his defensive stats.
First of all, you're reading the stats. First of all,
I don't know his defensive stats.
You can look at the steals. You can look at what did De'Aaron put up against him. You're reading the stats. You're telling the story.
Okay.
But based off the story you telling me right now, Chris Paul balled on his ass. That's all I know.
Hold up. You ready? I just shifted it up real quick. Hold up. Because I shifted it up. De'Aaron had 35 in one game. He had 18 in the other game. And he had 19 in another game.
So sounds like, and keep in mind, what was De'Aaron's average?
What, like 25, I want to say?
So sounds like he couldn't even reach his average getting guarded by Chris Paul.
Chris Paul was not guarded. He was not guarded.
How you know? How you know, nigga? You just told me you was not guarded.
You know you was guarded.
You
telling me
that?
You really think
you full of shit right now,
I'm looking at this thing right now. I can tell you.
You gonna rock with the stats or you not?
I can tell you who Chris Paul was guarding. I can tell you who Chris Paul was guarding.
Stats or you not?
I can tell you who Chris Paul was guarding right now. I can literally tell you who he was guarding.
I'm pushing the goalpost now.
He was guarding Kevin Herter the whole time.
You gonna rock with the stats or you not?
He was carrying Kevin Herter.
Now Rose talking about the goalpost. He was not the goalpost king.
He was guarding Kevin Herter the whole time.
Right now.
I can tell you right now who he was guarding.
One gonna back down for the sake of the argument, and they gonna keep double.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna back down. I'm staying right here.
He's staying on agreement.
I'm telling you who he guarded. I know.
We need a button. We need an agree to disagree button because boy, y'all didn't.
You gotta agree to disagree to nothing. I'm just telling you what I think.
I'm glad he fucking said it.
Oh my lord!
Not agree to disagree.
Y'all,
If you want your little plug, Jamil, I'm gonna stay heavily opinionated.
There you go. Hey, to stay heavily opinionated. But staying heavily agreeing to disagree is basically staying heavily opinionated because you agree to disagree. Y'all are gonna disagree.
Hey, nigga, this is a different version
that I'm right.
Yeah, y'all just don't want to hear. Y'all just don't like the word agreeing. Y'all just don't like the word agreeing in the sentence.
No, right?
I would agree with you.
That's how much disagree with each other. Y'all can't even agree to disagree.
I'm gonna watch the Phoenix Suns
talking about.
tonight.
I can't wait to see the Kings guard with fucking Golden State. This nigga talking about. I know he was guarding Kevin Herter. What the fuck, Kevin Herter had?
Kevin Herter had goddamn 9 points.
So
that's how I know.
How the fuck you know he was? See, this
actually my bad.
This that Kevin bullshit. The nigga got the goal so damn close to him. He had 29
points.
He read right. What the fuck them glasses for?
Kevin Hurt had 29 points. He had 9 points in one game, and then in the other game he had 18. So that's how I know.
Like the whole damn team streaky, and that's why they lost. Because De'Aaron got 35, then you got 18, then you got 19. That's your average, nigga. 18, 19, and 35 was
went off for one game in that first game.
Sounds like they need hollow.
But why we acting like the Phoenix Suns ain't stacked though? So don't sit there and act like they not stacked.
17.
Because every game was fed by Devin Booker. Because Devin Booker had 32. Devin Booker had 32. And I know when Devin Booker got another 32. So why we acting like Chris Paul was key of the Phoenix Suns? Why we act like Chris Paul was ahead of the Phoenix Suns?
Let me know when you done so I can fucking stick it, nigga.
No, because I'm gonna keep saying it. Why you gonna keep acting like Chris Paul was ahead of that horse when he wasn't? He ain't ahead of no horse.
Oh my gosh.
Look up the record of the Phoenix Suns the year before Devin Booker, before Chris Paul.
Everybody went crazy.
And we looked at the bubble. That was the revitalization of it.
We gonna have to see about this one. This one's gonna be good.
I want Hey, Black P. No. I'm gonna say this, P. At the end of the season, we're gonna look at Chris Paul, and guess what? I'm gonna come back to this phone. I'm gonna go, hey, P. Chris Paul played only 50 games because he need to start all 50 games. Oh yeah.
No, he said he start all 50 games.
Because no, I only say he started all 50
but
games.
He gonna finish all 50. I bet you he's gonna finish all 50.
I'm just
all 50 of them.
He started all 50 of them because he could only make 50 games because he's hurt majority of the season. Because you wanted him to start so damn bad.
He's gonna finish all 50.
Bro. Rest. That's what that's gonna be. Like real life. Let's be real, bro. The real reason they fall over, bro. Steph Curry is their microwave. He's gonna go get them. Who else they got? Who else can make it easier for Steph Curry? They could have got Drew Holiday.
Time out.
They could have.
Time out.
Steph don't need nobody to make it easier.
When has that become? No. Let's be serious now. When has that now become the problem now with Golden State? They literally it's always been Steph Curry.
Bro, that's the problem. No, it's not always been Steph
Curry. The two-headed monsters that was two snipers that was gonna shoot you from between your eyes from anywhere. Now one sniper,
it was the
Clay.
We need
first of all, Clay has slowed down, yes, but Clay has always been. 1 minute he hot, 1 minute he cold. He have his hot streak.
And when he's cold, you're gonna have Chris Paul.
Don't forget you got Andre Iguodala, who's a guaranteed 2 points every time he come down the court. You got Sean Livingston, who's a guaranteed 2 points every time they come down the court. All together, like when you got, I don't know what the fuck. I didn't know that shit even happened. Hey. Is this time for our segment?
Okay.
Still no that.
Hey, happy birthday!
Maybe I can get that one.
It's not working.
Where's Wine Balloons?
Damn, I can't get nothing, bro.
But look, bro, back to what I was saying. Look, man. Well, I don't even know what the fuck we was talking about, bro. I didn't happy birthday too damn much. I don't know. You know what? But no, you had Sean Livingston. You had a guaranteed 2 points, bro, from their bench that you're not getting anymore. You don't have none of those points generated. So Chris Paul is gonna come in and make it way easier for all the other players. Like you said, for a JK, for a Clay, for a Andrew Wiggins. For whomever else the fuck, Moses, Moody, Body, Moody, Moody. You know what I mean? For all of them niggas.
Real, because as we said earlier, we just said the same thing about Jordan Poole earlier. Jordan Poole as a point guard, erratic. Chris Paul as a point guard, Hall of Famer. That's all. That's my only argument.
But then you just gonna push. You basically gonna push Klay Thompson to the bench. Then.
No, they're going to alternate. They're going to alternate, but basically, yeah, because he's not
pushing Klay Thompson to the bench. That's what
you're not finishing the game unless you are on fire.
Exactly.
But that's the thing.
That's gonna be on fire regardless.
Because in my head, from what I see, it's kind of like I feel like Klay and Wiggins are kind of the same area.
No.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this. Because Wiggins, there's multiple times when they've come down on offense and Wiggins is out there on the court, but he's not really a part of the offense. He's just out there. He's literally kept off in the corner.
You want two of those on your court? Why would I want two of those players on my court at the same time?
That's
because Chris Paul can go get any bucket he wants.
I think I agree.
Remember now, I'm not kicking. The only person I kick off the court in the game is usually going to be Looney or Draymond. Well, really Looney or Klay Thompson. I would kick off.
Shit, Looney worse than goddamn. You saying to take Looney off? That's a worse situation, I feel like, than taking Klay off. You talking about the issue with Wiggs or for offense? Looney is gonna get you the rebound at least.
You gonna get?
I feel like, to me, this whole situation could have been resolved if they didn't get Chris Paul and actually went and got a big. That's all I'm saying. If they would have actually got a big, it wouldn't have been a problem. If they actually signed Dwight Howard, wouldn't be a problem.
They still got opportunities. They could sign Dwight today, but they just choose not to. We don't know.
They still can get a big.
They decide to decide everybody in the world but a big. That's all I'm saying. Why they don't want a big? We don't know what Golden State wants. They want to keep running the floor and shoot three. They want to act like it's 2016 still.
Chris Paul, you lose a ball handler / like points that contribute to your offense. You replace that with Chris Paul. That's it.
No, honestly, the only way the Chris Paul thing coming to words made sense.
I want to keep it going.
The only way it made sense to me was if you was trying to trade him somewhere like Milwaukee or Drew had left, you trying to get some of the pieces like PJ Tucker or Grayson Allen or something like that. That would have made sense where you got you picked up and it just wanted to make a trade. But that just, bro, once you got Chris Paul, you changing the dynamic of this team because one, you're making it easier for Steph Curry to score buckets. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry don't have to bring the ball up, initiate the whole entire offense for everyone while maintaining it and looking at the score like, dang, we down 10. Let me score 15. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to do it like that. He could take his time, play his game, and how the game ebbs and flows, you could play around with Chris Paul and Klay. You know what I'm saying? Or Looney or however you want to play with Moses, like you said, with Moses Moody, whomever the hell. As long as you got Steph, Dre, Klay, you could play around. But with Klay, he's going to have to be the auxiliary third spare that you play around with. Like, real life.
Bro, I 100% agree. Like, that's the idea that I look at it. Like, I can like what you said earlier. Steph is the microwave right now. Let Klay be the microwave. We all have been saying this whole time, he's either hot or he's cold. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. This nigga here.
Well, so, you know what?
There's no ifs, ands, buts about it.
I mean, since you're talking about a microwave, I can tell you another microwave out there with the wrestling match of the week is coming from my boy Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. Hey, I'm telling you, it was a straight up banger.
The mic, my nigga. Yo, that's crazy, gang.
It was a transition. It was a smooth transition till you messed me up.
Ain't nobody came to see you, Otis.
Hey, you feel me? Damn, nigga.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Hey, you been waiting for your ass all day, nigga. Hey, you been waiting on your ass all day, nigga. They don't make no man with a gun and get your ass right, nigga.
We just talked about it off the mic that we need to start transitioning shit.
That man said, Najee said, they come in to see heavily opinionated. They come in to see wrestling match of the week.
We had a recommendation in 30 weeks. That nigga ain't been on the show in almost 15 years. Hey,
his contract.
I know how to transition.
We don't give Pat his contract. We don't give Pat his contract.
It was a smooth transition. It was a smooth transition. You see how
smooth that was, though?
It was real Kanye snatched the mic. It was real Kanye snatched the mic, my nigga. It was real.
No, we have a whole chat. You could have said that.
That shit cool. That shit cool, my nigga. But let me get back to that WWE shit. You know what I'm saying?
It was a smooth transition. Here come Kiddo.
No. And it was because you did it on Rouse's point. Like, you spent like an hour cooking against Pat right now, and you had all the time to transition yourself. You wait till somebody else talk. All right, fuck that shit.
You know what? You know what problem that is? That's Skip's fucking fault with all the technical difficulties. He should have been in this fucking conversation. Man, you need to figure out your internet. Or you want to get mad at somebody. You would be a part of the conversation.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You worse than Kendrick Perkins breathing in the fucking mic.
Wait, he's still on TV? I ain't seen him in a while.
Yeah. He's gonna get mad at me because you have technical difficulties.
I ain't know if he had got fired. We never talked about that either.
Hey, man, don't let this man.
We on two now.
Strawberry bonnet on cooking right now. What is wrong with that?
Get mad at me.
Let me say nobody crazy. He threw that one in and he was ready, boy.
That nigga mad. Hey, I don't give a fuck about what you just said all day. Now,
didn't I just talk about this last week? Now, everybody was cooking his ass earlier today. Now, how he want to shoot shots at me, though? You see that?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Everybody.
Hey, man, that shit was. I ain't gonna lie. We popping that shit up, but nigga, you was going crazy earlier. You was going rogue.
Because it was a great debate. It was a good debate. If Tim would have hopped in that debate, I'd be like, oh,
it was some heavy opinions in there.
And we were just talking about closing out the whole episode. Really, we was like, ain't no football going on talk. So I'm like, okay,
no, ain't no football going on because your team got beat 38-0. Like that's why.
Since you want to fucking expose, nigga.
Why we keep acting like every week we come on this show, we all be acting like, well, your team lost. No shit. Let's go back to the debate.
I'm with you. I'm with you right now, nigga.
The 38-0?
I've been saying we was trash. I don't know why we keep going, well, your team lost.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you what you didn't say, and we can pull up that tape. I'm gonna tell y'all what he didn't say. He didn't say their defense was this ass. He said all we got was defense. That's exactly
38-0. 38-0 to Derek Carr.
And then he tried to say that they was the same as Dallas. I'm gonna let you know right now, buddy. We don't fucking go out with the goddamn 0.
Gucci, 38-0. No. 34 to what last week? 34-3.
I still got beat by 32.
34-3 1 week. 34-3 1 week. 38-0 the next.
Y'all got your ass smacked.
Tell his ass not to say
y'all
shit.
Had to hunt down my ass. Y'all had to hunt down
touchdown.
Tell him he need to get
y'all need to score a touchdown. Y'all need to score a touchdown, Najee. I don't know what y'all got going on.
Once again, let me restate my comments.
This is the biggest fall off in sports history.
Let me restate my comments like I said before. Our offense is ass. And once our defense got hurt, we're done. I said that last week when Gonzalez got hurt. I was like, yep, we're done. I'll see y'all next year.
Y'all never started. Talking about done. Y'all didn't even start.
No. Hey, we was like, okay, we can fight.
No, I want to hear what the fuck a Falcon fan got to say to me. 28-3.
Oh yeah,
what the fuck you got to say to me?
This week, bitch.
What the fuck you got to say to me? That weak ass shit. Y'all niggas won.
Who did they beat? Who did they beat?
Just dropped 60.
Oh, Houston.
Well, how many points he dropped on us?
Barely.
Come on, man, stop playing. And last time we talked about the Cowboys, we said this. Every time y'all play primetime games on Sunday night, y'all get y'all ass smacked. What y'all do? Y'all play the primetime
games. Get y'all ass smacked.
Those 20 top teams in the NFC, y'all got your ass smacked. That's
y'all
it.
Niggas barely beat a fucking rookie, and you don't even got a fucking team. Your defense been together for the past 3 years. First of all. Second of all,
no, we don't play.
We don't play goddamn. We don't play primetime games. And I said this. We can pull up the tape.
Y'all played like 3 primetime games already.
No, I said we suck. We suck, bro.
Oh, okay.
Primetime games. Don't work primetime games.
Last night was a primetime. The Giants. That was the Sunday night kickoff.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And
that's prime time.
How prime?
That's prime time. It's prime time.
No, nigga, that's time. It's game time.
No, it's prime time. It's prime time because it's the only game on. Prime time is what, Najee?
I just got to say this real quick. Y'all talk shit about my team and all, right? We only get our ass smacked 2 weeks in a row, and then we acting like, oh, y'all niggas are so fucking.
Y'all been y'all have had the biggest fall off in sports history I've ever seen in my entire life. How do you go from being competitors to just nobody even respecting y'all no more?
Nobody's respecting us.
Nobody's respecting the Patriots this year. Nobody's respecting. They're respecting Bill Belichick. They're respecting Bill Belichick, but the rest of the team.
Did Cleveland have a worse drop off when LeBron left?
Which time?
I ain't gonna lie, I think I think Cleveland had the worst drop off than when LeBron left.
No, because they were able to at least because how long was he gone? 3 years.
That first
They
year,
went to the finals and then they literally became
when
the
he
worst
went to
team.
Miami, them niggas was the worst team in the league.
Okay. I can give you that. But this one, it's hard to say it because now
you're trying to find your identity again.
Our first 3 weeks, we literally lost by 5 points. We lost by 7 points, and then we lost by another 5 points. We literally got smacked by the Cowboys, and we got smacked by the Saints.
Smack. Like how you let Derek Carr put that on you?
But literally,
pause.
I ain't gonna lie, you are saying it like the Saints only had defense all year.
We only had defense, and literally, Gonzalez got hurt in that Cowboys game. And ever since then, it has been literally ass kicking every time because our defense is gone. We cannot score, and like that's all I'm saying. It's just a repeat of the same thing. Y'all keep going.
If you can't.
But I'm saying it's a fall off in terms of you guys were contenders every year for most of my entire life, and now ever since we didn't even make the playoffs
last year.
Y'all didn't make the playoffs last year.
I think we was like 1 or 2 games off from the playoffs.
That doesn't make you a contender.
That's not the contender. Contenders are people that the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs every year, but we certain people make them contenders. Contenders. And guaranteed conference championship at the bare minimum makes you a contender. A contender is someone you expect to see in the conference championship that year. The New England Patriots, nobody was expecting that of them ever since Tom Brady has left. Ever since he has left, the expectation.
You know what?
Expecting that shit.
You know what?
That's true.
You're right. You know what I'm gonna do?
That's what I'm saying. It's the biggest fall off.
I'm gonna leave the NFL talk and football talk to y'all. Because clearly,
at least I'm not fucking deluded.
No. I'm not pulling the Kenner.
I know you're not pulling the Kenner.
I'm gonna just sit back because I'm gonna let y'all have y'all moment for y'all team, especially for the Eagles. Y'all just came back.
You know what it is. You know what it is, baby. From the West Coast to the East Coast, we'll put that whooping on you, boy.
A couple years ago, y'all wasn't scoring like that. So
hey, first of all,
a couple of years ago, we was beating you in the Super Bowl. Get out of here.
But look, on the real, I see what you're saying. I see what you're trying to do. I don't even see y'all having a future though. Like that's the problem with the Patriots.
Biggest fall off.
It's not
trying to tell you.
See, at least with the Cavaliers, they picked up Kyrie, so it was kind of like, okay, maybe there's something. And then LeBron came back.
That's the thing, y'all
haven't had no glimmer yet.
Y'all don't have y'all Kyrie. Mac Jones is not that.
This is year 4.
And Mac Jones like that is Patriots fans. That's it.
Is this year 4 without Brady or year 3 without Brady?
Bro, it's year
4. I want to say 4.
Year 4 without Brady. You're starting year 4 without Brady. And in those 4 years, there's been no glimmer of, okay, maybe Mac Jones was a glimmer of hope. And that's the saddest glimmer I've ever seen. It was so damn dim. Yeah, it was so damn dim.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't see the.
That was a sparkle. It wasn't even a glimmer.
But here's the thing. Y'all keep trying to tell me about the team, and I'm like, no, like I keep repeating. We don't have a real quarterback. That's one thing. 2, we don't have an actual receiving core that actually could be worth something off the field. Because really, we don't even really have a receiver 1. That's one thing.
That's his first time saying that one too. Last week he argued that Juju was a number 1. Pull up the tape.
No, I did not.
Look at him. He's serious. He's serious.
No. Najee said, because I brought up Kendrick Bourne. Najee said, man, we ain't got no wide receivers.
We do not have no wide receivers.
Maybe it was Kenneth.
Might have been me.
What I'm saying is, well, Tom Brady did it with Wes Welker, and he did it with all these people. Well, Mac Jones ain't fucking Tom Brady, clearly, if you haven't noticed. So stop trying to compare him to what Tom Brady was. That's like literally that's the problem. Like everybody keeps trying to compare Mac Jones to Tom Brady and what Tom Brady did. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna replicate none of that. It's impossible. So literally, that's why I'm like, just give it up. We don't have an offense. Our only hope is defense, and our defense is hurt. So it's like, bro, we done gave up. The season really done for. That's why we see Bill Belichick at McDonald's just chilling, because it's over. The season done for. Ain't got shit else to do. We wait till the draft next year to see what's going on. We hoping we might need to start thinking. Let's see what the fucking USC talking about. Shit, we need to start tanking soon because ain't no reason.
Nah, Caleb Williams not gonna fit over there. He not going. Belichick not going for his type of play style.
We take anybody right now.
I'm trying.
Fuck it.
Go ahead, Rose. Go ahead, Rose. What do you say, Rose?
Wins away for Bill Belichick, bro.
We're not getting that.
Wins away, bro. That's real, bro. It's real.
You're not getting them 26 wins. I'm sorry.
If they don't feel you could walk out the door at the end of this season, y'all boys got a long 5 years.
Rose.
It's gonna be a long 5 years.
Rose.
I'm telling you, bro.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Rose?
What's up?
Do you remember last week what I told you last week?
What's up? We said a lot about the Patriots.
We do not give a fuck about the win.
Ooh.
Stop talking about the record. We do not care about them fucking wins.
I know.
Bill Belichick do not care about those wins.
I got
we do not care about none of that. We only care about championships. We do not give a fuck about his all-time record and all this bullshit. We care about championships, wins. We care about rings, not he got an all-time record.
If that was the, I would say they would fire Bill Belichick, the GM, and keep him as the head coach. But that would never in hell happen. So you're stuck in a rock and a hard place.
No, I think it would be the reverse. They would fire him as a coach and let him just be the GM. Move him up to the front office.
I gotta respect it, Pat, because y'all took an L. You still repping your team, and I gotta respect it.
That was sad. I turned the game off in the first quarter. It was over.
I didn't even watch the game.
I guess I gotta respect it too, because that nigga don't even play for y'all no more, and you still repping.
Y'all made a backup quarterback look like a superstar. 14.
The man still.
That nigga left you faster than the goddamn baby mama asking for
child support. And he left, right? He left, and what he gonna do? What Julio went?
Retired.
Left and went and got a fucking ring.
Kenneth, hold on. Kenneth, where's your memorabilia?
Yeah, he ain't got none. He got none. He ain't no real fan.
That's the thing.
He looking like Dora. He ain't got nothing.
For the heavily opinionated.
People don't know what to buy him for Christmas.
I'm be on the way to get to the bowl.
Kenneth, what team you like this year?
We going to the bowl. I don't know about y'all. Y'all want to go with me?
Kenneth, we talking about your real fan.
You're not going. You're not going. Stop the cap.
Nigga, you not going. So let's
You're not going. You're not going to Vegas. You're not going to be in Vegas. Yeah, he will.
Stop it. So Kenneth, stop the cap.
Stop the cap. I like is going to Vegas. But let's not say
I wouldn't say it on the podcast.
Kenneth, the Super Bowl is in your city too. No. Pause.
That boy capping.
Pause this, y'all. We talked about this earlier on pod about how the Super Bowl was in your city and you didn't even turn up. So the Super Bowl and your supposed team was in your city and you didn't even turn up. Get out of here with that.
I mean, your city.
I wasn't
What? No. Hold on. Let me reply to that. What did you say?
It was some good shit. I had to eat the crow. I did, but guess what?
No, that ain't what
happened
you said.
That ain't what you said.
That ain't what you said.
What you said? I wasn't a fan at the time.
No, I was still a fan. I rocked hard. I didn't
Okay.
No problem. I wish you would.
Okay.
Hey,
okay.
All I'm saying is,
I'm gonna leave it at that.
All I'm saying is, where your memorabilia at?
Hey,
goddamn.
It's called memory.
And don't fucking tell me nothing about no Super Bowl and you being there.
Leave on that. Let's leave on that. I wasn't even the stadium.
What is that?
Memories. You damn right it's about the memories. 28-3, where you at?
I'm right here, baby.
Oh, hey, I'm just making sure your memory was good. I'm just making sure you knew who I was talking to.
We didn't have to come. They didn't have to come.
I had to show all the cap that he coming with.
They had to
That's all the cap. Stop the cap.
It's no cap.
Hey. Like Kenneth said, it's all about the memories, baby. Y'all niggas got a while to catch up with us.
That man Najee crazy with the caps.
Stop the cap.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I talked about. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You ain't at the game. You know why? Because you ain't a real fan. Stop the cap.
I did say.
You ain't got a jacket or hoodie. You ain't got no gloves. You ain't selling no Kansas City Chiefs gloves at Raw.
You getting $5.
That TJ Maxx. Stop the cap.
So we go together.
Hey, that nigga.
A phone case? A phone case, keychain, accessories,
You
socks.
ain't got nothing. You ain't got a magnet. You ain't got a sticker. You ain't got nothing, huh? You ain't even got a pen.
Which one you want, Which one you want?
How many y'all got?
Which one you want?
Oh, what? You
Stop the
I got the slides. I got the long sleeve T-shirt, and that's all I need. I got the color do rag, but
I got a
I don't
blanket.
go pull out my Patriots championship shirt.
I don't go too crazy with the
I got a
memorabilia.
whole blanket.
But
I got a towel.
I got something.
I got a hat. I got a jersey.
Oh my God! Stop it, Kenneth. Where? Pull it out. Pull out the Kansas City stuff. Don't stand up and not show nothing. Where your Kansas City get?
You about to come back with? You about to come back with something?
I'm on.
You about to come back with something?
Be like, hey, boy, you
No
got
picture
about
home.
Mahomes sign, my nigga.
Yeah.
What you about to come back with?
Football.
What he about to come back with? He about to come back with something. I'm ready to see whatever he come back with.
I went to the printer and I printed out a picture of Pat Mahomes.
I got both of the best teams in the MLB. Come on, man.
Hey.
No.
Oh, he's switching sports. He's switching sports. We're talking football, bro.
We're talking football right now.
Who's a real fan? Who's a real fan, nigga?
No. You know what makes that? You know what makes that even worse, you know? You know what makes that worse?
He's not even your team right now.
How you gonna come up here with a Miami Heat hat and you be sitting here running up and down like you're a Lakers fan? Boy, you not even a Miami fan right now. What is that? Hey.
Somebody help
This has been an amazing episode, a historic episode, a heavily opinionated. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Peace.
Hey, wait. Before we go, I gotta let Cooley know what the fuck it is. I don't know how to flip my camera. I don't know how to flip my camera. You see that? But you talking about the best player in the MLB? I got it signed, baby. I got it signed, baby.
Oh yeah, MVP. Hey, salute. Hey, Pat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, send me that, Pat.